right, Shannon, this was a fun one to watch. What's your biggest takeaway from the game?
Well, Skip, I kind of wanted Luka. I didn't want the game to end, so I kind of wanted Luka to make that shot because I was hoping for overtime. But what we saw on display yesterday was 4 of the top offensive players that the NBA has to offer, and they did not disappoint. KD was in his bag, 17 shots, 37 points. D-Book, now, Skip, here's the thing. D-Book's doing a lot of talking. You know why? Because he has the ultimate big brother now. Skip, I'm a younger brother. I got a big brother that was 3 years older than me.
Yep.
I did a lot of chirping because I wasn't worried about anybody beating him.
Yep.
So I did a lot of chirping. And you see D-Book's about to start to do a lot more chirping. And I agree with Luka. Luka says, I got no problem. I like the competitive. I like the chirping going back and forth. But next time, let's not just wait till it's like 2 or 3 seconds in the ball game.
Yep.
Let's start this thing from the jump ball. Once we get to center court, and we start going up and down the court, let's keep that thing. Because Luka was giving to Book yesterday. Now, he didn't shoot a high percentage, but he got to the foul line, I think, 19 times, Skip.
He did?
Yep. He got 19 times. And 17 or 19, Skip, I think you can live with that. You said he's a poor free throw shooter, but he's working on it. He's become a better free throw shooter.
He has.
Kyrie was sensational. I mean,
Yep.
what can I say, Skip? I don't know if we're going to get a matchup again like this, hopefully. Hopefully we get this matchup in the playoffs. This is the matchup that we need, Skip. We need this. The NBA needs this. And if we get this matchup, man, hey, look here. I need it to go 7. I really need this matchup to go 7. But, Skip, it was an outstanding ball game. And let me tell you why I can't take a whole lot of – because I just got to take what you said. You tell me Kyrie and Luka not going to work, and they're not that good. So how should I give – what grade should I give the Suns when they beat a team that the dynamic duo ain't going to work anyway, and it's not going to – and Luka's not happy? Now, it was reported, now I don't know how true it is, that Luka signed off that he wanted Kyrie.
That's what they said.
Why would he –
Yep.
Skip, why would he not? Because he's going to make your job a lot easier. Because there are going to be times that when you're winded, you can go get the ball to Kyrie and stand in the corner.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, you can go to the concession stand because he's going to do his thing. But it was an outstanding ball game. Yes, the Suns now with Book and KD, or KD and Book, let's put KD first. KD is the big gun. With KD and Book and Chris Paul doing what he does, Skip, what he give you yesterday? 11. He gave you 11 points and 7 assists. Okay, fine. But Skip, they're gonna be tough now. They're gonna be a tough out because they can go get those buckets. And you see at the end of the game, Skip, and that's what KD was able to give Golden State. A guy that you can put the ball in his hands at damn near half court and say, KD, go get a bucket. And he's gonna either get a bucket, he's gonna get a great look. Skip, ain't gonna be no heave shot where they made it a tough shot. You can't make Kevin Durant take a tough shot. He's 7 foot tall and he's shooting the ball at a 10-foot apex. So how can you make him take a contested shot? You better double him and get the ball out of his hand. But Skip, this game was everything the NBA hoped it would be, and I couldn't take my eyes off it because it was like 4 of the greatest players that we have in today's game going bucket for bucket, shot for shot.
I will second your emotion. But I have some very different takeaways from the final score. Okay. And I'm going to start with the start, which is that 7-foot monster who used to be with Kyrie in Brooklyn and is now a Phoenix Sun. And I do believe he chose Phoenix because he wants to do everything in his power to help Chris Paul finally win a ring at his advanced age.
Yes.
Okay, so yesterday, and I'm going to try to be nice about this, to me, that game was why I've always said that I believe Kevin Durant's a little better, just a little better overall than LeBron James. He's a much better shooter, obviously, than LeBron has ever been. Not scorer, just shooter. And I believe he's been a little more clutch than LeBron has been able to be, especially from the late game free throw line. So all of a sudden I look up and Kevin Durant is leading the NBA in free throw shooting at 7 feet tall. It's just impossibly great. And he is setting records, their third level records this season for mid-range jump shooting. Nobody really cares, but if you look at the third level stats, you say that's impossibly great. He's making like 60% of his mid-range jump shots. But what I loved the most about yesterday was, Shannon, He scores 37 on 17 shots. It's impossible. He has the lowest ego of any superstar I've ever seen. He does not demand the ball. He doesn't need the ball. I was pulling my hair out for a while because there was one stretch of that game with 9 minutes left in the second quarter, he had 16 points, really 9:28. And he went over a quarter, say a quarter and a fourth of a quarter, before he even touched the ball again. And I'm saying, what are you guys doing? In that stretch, Josh Okogie was going 0 for 8 from 3 because, Shannon, as you know, when you got Kevin Durant and Devin Booker with Chris Paul orchestrating, there's going to be one free shooter on every possession. I mean free shooter as in unguarded, uncontested shooter. So they tried Josh Okogie, who will defend at high level, and he plays his tail off. And then in the second half, they go to Ish Wainwright, who, I don't know if you remember, he played at Baylor, and he's more of a defensive player. He actually played tight end, your position, at Baylor for a year, and then tried out for the Buffalo Bills as a tight end. And I'm saying, that Ish Wainwright, and they throw him in yesterday, and he made 4 out of 5 threes in the second half, and it was big to the outcome of the game.
They needed him.
They needed it badly. Because somebody is going to be dared to I'm talking about dared, and it's going to be the short corner shot where you're just over there by yourself and you just got to make them. Okay, so Kevin Durant finally says, okay, just give me the ball and get out of the way, and I will do this. And if we could just show, for those who had the misfortune of missing this game yesterday, because to your point, it was just as sensational a regular season game as you will ever see. If we could see what Kevin did down the stretch of this game, because it's 3:04 left, and he makes a 3 to put them up 1. If we could see this, that's a big-time clutch shot. And then we go all the way down to 12 seconds left, and he says, I got this. I got this, and he makes the 2-point shot to put them up 2. And then he goes to the free throw line with 3 seconds left and swishes both of them, just as he did at the Olympics when Dame had his problems at the free throw line, and that was the ball game. Okay, so that's that guy. Now, the other point I want to make is I was so happy for Chris Paul yesterday. I was so proud of Chris Paul because he's the other one they're going to dare to shoot. And you and I have talked about it. He does not look the same. He just he looks a little long in the tooth and a little slow of gait. He just doesn't look the way he used to look, and he's 38 years of age. Okay, so what happens down the stretch? If we could see what happened to Chris Paul, in the fourth quarter, they're just daring him to shoot. 8:11 left in the fourth quarter. He's just wide open, and he says, okay, I'll take that shot, and he made it to put them up 3. 3 to go up 3. Then there's a 6:03 shot, and he took his patented free throw line jump shot, and that cut, I'm sorry, the first one cut it to 3. That one cut it to 1. And then 4:05 left. He bombs away a 3, and that was the one to go up 3. Right. Well, listen, Shannon, as you know, however far they go, if they're going to make a championship run, he's going to have to do that almost every game because he's going to be the one they're just going to say, here, shoot the ball. And he will.
Skip, I didn't mean leave him that wide open.
No,
Damn.
No.
I mean, that's not Russell Westbrook that Draymond and the Warriors were daring to shoot.
Very good point. He's still Chris Paul. You know what? I don't care how old he is, he can still make that shot.
He can still shoot it, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think the thing is, Skip, you got to wear him down. You got to wear him down by picking him up 94 feet.
You can do that.
Remember what the Pelicans did to him with Alvarado?
They did.
Wear him down. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. So when I look at usage rate yesterday on both teams, for the visiting Suns, Book had the ball for 36% of the time, and Kevin had the ball for 26% of the time. And Chris Paul had the ball for only 13% of the time. This is Chris Paul, the quarterback, the orchestrator, the maestro. Usually that would be flipped where he would have it, 30% of the time, but he only had it 13%, and he barely touched the ball before he shot it at the end of the game. Okay, now you flip around to the other team. Now back to your man Luka. Usage rate, he was off the charts yesterday. He had close to 50% usage. It was 47%. Yeah. Kyrie had it 30% of the time. So yesterday was the first time to me that I saw Luka say, yeah, okay, I wanted Kyrie, but in a game of this magnitude, a big national TV game on Sunday afternoon, I am going to have the ball in my hands, and I'm going to shoot the most shots. And he shot 23 times to 19 for Kyrie. In the fourth quarter, I told you the stat going into the game. In the fourth quarters they'd played together, Kyrie had shot it 49 times to Luka's 13 times. Well, that got even. He evened the playing field yesterday because they both shot it 5 times in the fourth quarter. Okay, now here's my problem with Luka. To your point, he only made 8 of 23 shots from the floor and 1 of 9 from 3 while turning it over a game-high 5 times. He did not have his best game. In fact, if you look hard at what happened in this game, he was the biggest reason Dallas lost the game. Not to mention that he missed, obviously, the tying shot at the end. But, Shannon, here's my issue with him, and we've talked about this before, and I know you share some of this. I'm getting to the point where I can barely watch him play basketball because he argues, he pouts, he whines, he bitches, he moans every single call. It doesn't matter whether he makes the shot or doesn't make the shot, he got fouled. He wants an and one or he wants 2 free throws. Every single time. He wants 3 free throws. It wears me out as a basketball fan because after a while I just say, stop it, or I'm going to turn this off because it just wears on my psyche because it's every single play. He will not give it up. Now, can you argue that he got a call at the end? I thought that last play, if we could see the last second shot that he took and missed.
They could have easily called him for a charge.
It's Okogie, and he just throws him out, just throws him out of the way. He just says, here, get out of my way. And I thought it was. And yet, that non-call, maybe he got it because he just the whole game, and they finally said, okay, let's give him this one. Okay, so now this leads to the Booker confrontation or incident. I don't know if it's a confrontation, but
yeah.
Okay, so to me, it looked like Devin Booker just walks over to the spot and he's pointing to the floor and talking to the ref. How could you not call this? And he may have thrown in a couple of words toward Luka. I don't know. That's what Luka suggested, that he called him something. I don't know. I could think of a lot of words you could call him. But maybe he made some crack about how moan about every call.
Right.
And Luka, who was already very angry at himself, for a flashpoint moment was thinking about taking it out on Devin Booker and got up in his face. Again, I'm cool with Book. To your point, maybe it's little brother talking, where he's empowered now. But
yeah.
I'm not sure he asked for Luka to be in his face. Do I think Devin would have backed down from that? I don't. They're both smarter than that, and they both kind of were laughing it off at the end. And to your point, Luka said, well, why don't you talk before there are 3 seconds left and I missed the shot? But I'm still on Book's side in that one.
Skip, you remember last year, there's really no love lost because I think it was game 2.
It was.
When Book said something, and then Luka's like, okay, he was shaking his head, walking, okay, I got something for you when you come to Dallas.
Game 5, yeah.
And he was like shaking his head. And you remember, Skip, what they did to Phoenix on their home court in game 7.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, but you see Devin Booker doing the Luka special. He was rolling on the floor with excitement about the game. So there's really no love lost between these two. And this is why I need this to be the matchup in the West, Skip. I don't care when we get it, Skip. Hey, we can get it first round or we can get it for the Western Conference Finals. I just need to see this matchup.
Shannon, the day we were at the Super Bowl for the first show on Super Bowl week Thursday, and this bombshell dropped overnight, and I announced right off the top to the good people of Phoenix who came out to watch us, I think the Phoenix Suns just won the championship. I'm going to double down on that because I've now seen Kevin play with them for 3 games, all on the road, at Charlotte, at Chicago, at Dallas. I saw a championship team. I saw a team that's going to be very difficult to beat. To your point, from moment one, they must stay healthy, and I don't have any idea whether they will. The odds are against them. The history would tell you one of the big 3 or 4, if you're throwing an Ayton, will get hurt at some point, and that'll be a problem. But if they can stay relatively healthy, man, I don't see how anybody can beat them with Kevin playing at the level he's playing at right now.
Well, if Dallas keep letting people shoot 55% from the floor,
Yeah.
they're going to lose a lot of games. You can't let Kevin Durant go 12 or 17.
You can't.
Book go 15 or 25
No, you
and say,
can't.
oh, yeah, we're going to win the ball game. No, you're not.
Okay, well, now Dallas is, 33 and 32, so they're just a game above 500, and now Luka and Kyrie are 2 and 5 in the games they played together.
Skip, it's because their offense, look what Luka gave you. Luka gave you 34, Kyrie gave you 30, Hardaway Jr. gave you 21, Christian Wood gave you 17. But if you don't stop it at some point in time, Skip, you've got to stop somebody.
You do. I agree, and they don't. And that's going to be
They
their
don't.
downfall. No, I agree.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.